In today's video, I'm going to teach you how to clear Photoshop temp files and change your Scratch Disk. If Photoshop has been running slowly or showing Scratch Disk full errors, this walkthrough will help you free up space and get back to a smoother workflow. First, close Photoshop completely. Make sure it's not minimized, quit the app so there are no background processes holding on to temporary files. This matters because Photoshop temp files are only safe to remove when the program isn't using them. Now let's clear those temp files. On Windows, press the Windows key and R to open the Run dialog, type %temp% and press Enter. This opens your system's temporary folder. Look for files named Photoshop Temp or those starting with HAL-PST. Select those and delete them. If you get messages that some files can't be removed, it usually means another program is using them, and that's fine. Just skip those and continue. On a Mac, open Finder and navigate to your user library, then Caches, then Adobe. Inside, locate any Photoshop temp files and move them to the trash. If your library folder is hidden, you can use Finder's Go menu to reach it directly. Again, only remove files that clearly belong to Photoshop. Next, free up space on the drive. Empty your recycle bin or trash to permanently remove what you just deleted. Then look for big items you no longer need, large downloads, old installers, duplicate exports, or archived projects, and either delete them or move them to another drive. Photoshop works best when the drive it uses has plenty of free space, so even a few extra gigabytes can make a noticeable difference. Finally, set a better Scratch Disk in Photoshop. The Scratch Disk is the temporary working space Photoshop uses when it needs more room than your RAM can provide. Open Photoshop, then go to Edit, Preferences, Scratch Disks on Windows, or Photoshop Preferences, Scratch Disks on a Mac. Choose a drive with more free space, ideally a fast internal SSD. You can uncheck a drive that's running low and check the one you want Photoshop to use instead. Click OK, then restart Photoshop so the change takes effect. After relaunching, you should notice fewer warnings and better performance, especially with large files or lots of layers. If you run into the same issue later, repeat the temp file cleanup and make sure your chosen Scratch disk still has room. Keeping your drives tidy